Madam Speaker, the Auditor General has unearthed missing contracts, raised the alarm about violence in Nova Scotia schools, brought to light the backroom deals and millions of dollars wasted on the Hogan Court boondoggle, and flagged the need for better cybersecurity to protect the health data of Nova Scotians. And yesterday, she was clear. She cannot do her job if this government has the power to fire her. So I want to ask the Premier, will this government back off on their ludicrous proposal to change the rules for the Auditor General?
I recognize the Honourable Minister of Finance.
Madam Speaker, I am happy to report that we have received 24 consecutive clean audits from the Auditor General. The Auditor General herself said that of over 200 recommendations in the last couple of years, our government, our senior civil staff, our departments have worked very diligently to meet all those requirements. We respect the work of the Auditor General.
I recognize the Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition with her first supplementary.
She has made it clear, if you respect her work, then this government will pull back this bill.
Order, wait a second. You can start over the clock, never finished from, so I just want to make sure that you have your full 45. Okay, I recognize the Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Instead of attaching people to primary care, protecting renters, building homes that people can afford, this Premier has decided that his top priority is hiding information and keeping Nova Scotians in the dark about what their government is doing. Silencing dissent and reducing access to information hurts our democracy. Over the past number of days, my colleagues and I have been inundated with messages from Nova Scotians from one end of this province to the other who are deeply troubled.
Hiding is an unparliamentary word. I ask that you rephrase that. I recognize the Honourable Member of Dartmouth South.
I've made my point. Over the past
Order. I have asked you to rephrase it. It was an unparliamentary word. Let's all get along here. It's Friday. I recognize the Honourable Member for Dartmouth South.
By firing the Auditor General, by having the capacity to fire the Auditor General without cause, there is information Nova Scotians will not have access to that they should. Will the Premier admit he's made a mistake and leave the Auditor General's office alone?
I recognize the Honourable Minister of Finance.
Madam Speaker, our government's priority is meeting the needs of Nova Scotia in this budget in numerous ways, including ramping up and increasing the school food lunch program. And I hope the Leader of the Opposition will support the budget for the fact of the school lunch program increase alone. I hope the Leader of the Opposition will support our historic tax relief to Nova Scotia. I hope the Leader of the Opposition will speak to her colleagues in Ottawa on the carbon tax, which will make life very unaffordable for Nova Scotians. On April 1st, when gasoline goes up by 20 cents plus a litre.
I recognize the Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition with her final supplementary.
You know they're grasping, Madam Speaker, when the answer to why we have only focused on increasing the secrecy and lack of accountability of this government is the Ottawa carbon tax. That's yesterday's news. Nova Scotians deserve to know how their money is being spent and if the government's policies are effective. The AG must be able to do her work without fear of retribution, and no government should be able to block, bury, or hide reports that make them look bad. That is what is about to happen, Madam Speaker. It is not too late for this government to acknowledge that they have overreached and made a mistake. I will ask again.
Hide is unparliamentary language as well. That's fine. I asked you to rephrase it with 3 seconds left on the clock. I recognize the Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Will they stop burying the work? Will the Premier change his mind?
I recognize the Honourable Minister of Finance.
Madam Speaker, I just want to assure all Nova Scotians that we respect the work of the Auditor General. In fact, when we're talking about this year's budget, we've increased this year's budget by almost 8% to the Auditor General, to allow her to continue to do her important function in our province, to allow her staff to have the money they need. And in fact, we asked the Auditor General ourselves to do audits on specific subjects recently as well. So we certainly respect the Auditor General. We're not hiding anything. This is all transparent.